Hello, my friends. Like always, your friend Marilu Sanchez Torres. Really excited, always looking forward to sharing things that are valuable, not only that are going to help you achieve your goals, but also I'm excited if in any way we'll be able to share something that is going to make a successful business. And I would like to express from the bottom of my heart that I have to say that gold is a very special rank. I would have to say that it's probably the most important rank, and for many reasons. One of them, because it's the rank that gives you belief that you can actually do this, that you can become an entrepreneur and take your business to a whole nother level. But it's also a stage in this business that determines many things of your personality. It determines how bad you want it. It determines how patient, determined, and how much perseverance you have in your personality. But above all, I would say that this is a stage where we develop skills. And whatever you're learning in this process is going to make you an amazing leader. And I want to reach out to those of you who have been golds for a while. I remember it took me 2 years for me to reach my loved diamond rank. And in those 2 years, of course, my goal was to become a diamond. I wanted it quickly. I had a really strong why, but I am actually so grateful that I was able to enjoy, endure, hang on to those who were successful. The fact that I was humble enough to learn from those people who had been already having success. All of those things actually just make me stronger. And above all, I am so excited and proud that I stuck around and that I did not give up. Because sometimes when we don't achieve our goals as promptly as we would love to, it can actually discourage us. And we can actually close the doors to our business before actually being able to see what we're capable of. And if you're new and you've been able to achieve your gold rank in no time, I also congratulate you. And I welcome you to this Leadership Academy. And I know that there's so many wonderful things along the way that you'll be able to enjoy, learn, and be able to help also and help achieve success to your team as well. But today, we're going to be talking about a very important topic, and it's following up in a professional way. And I know this topic is actually something we hear constantly, because we hear the word has fortune is in the follow-up. But believe it or not, follow-up is crucial if you want to have a successful business. And the faster you follow up, then most likely you're going to be closing a deal. I was actually reading something before preparing for this session, and it said that a study showed that 78% of customers who bought from you, from me, or from any consultant, they actually bought from the person who responded the faster, the person who actually followed up the faster. And that is actually true. And also, on the other hand, when we don't follow up, we can actually put our business in danger, because we are risking our reputation as consultants. And you might think, oh, who cares? It's only a customer. But if we don't follow up promptly, what's going to happen? Maybe another company who says that their product is the same thing as Immunocal, or maybe another consultant comes and actually helps them out and follows up quicker, then we are at risk and losing a customer. And once again, losing a customer is not losing a customer. And you might think, oh yeah, there's a bunch of fish in the sea and there's a lot more customers to look for, but there's very few sharks. And what does that mean? That when we lose a customer, we're not just losing a sale, we're actually losing subsequent sales, which means that that one customer that we lost, actually we can't see it on one customer, but about many people that this person knows, many referrals and subsequent sales. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Why is it so important to high prioritize what we call following up? And when we think about this, is that that's going to be the basis of our business. That's going to be the basis of how fast we grow in this industry. That's going to be the basis of how many future leaders we have. And I'm going to be sharing with you a slide that is going to help us understand how promptly we need to do this job. And to follow up, we have to do something very important. That is to start our contact list. And this is tricky. I'm going to tell you why this at the beginning was a little bit stressful. Because sometimes, and I don't know if it happened to you or it happened to me, or you're probably saying at this point, Mariluz, I've been in the company for quite a while. I still have my gold rank, and I'm out of people. I'm out of people. My contact list, it just went to its end because I don't know who else to talk to. Or you're probably new, and you say, well, I'm young, and I'm not around. I haven't been around as much as Mariluz has been around, so my contact list is actually limited. Well, I also found out that statistically, at age 25, we've actually met more than 1,000 people. And you might think, oh, Mariluz, 1,000 people. I don't talk to 1,000 people a day. I don't mingle with 1,000 people. It's true. I don't talk to that many people on the daily basis. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about how many people have you met from early age in school, schoolmates, teachers, guidance counselors, clubs, people on your local neighborhood, people that actually work in restaurants, in your local neighborhood. How about social media? Have you ever paused? If you use social media, we're talking Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, there's many different social media features that we can use, but have you actually looked at how many people follow you? How many people you follow back? When we actually sit down and we start working on that contact list, we could be surprised. I remember how excited I was when I started working on my contact list. I remember when I got my kit, my business kit, and that was the first thing that, we're always told that we need to start working on. And I got really excited because immediately, who do you think of? Of course, you think about your family members and your friends. And I just started writing all these names. But then I was shocked to see that whenever I looked at my contacts in my phone, then I noticed that there was a bunch of people that I had lost contact with. And then I almost felt sad. Oh my God, I haven't spoken to Maria in such a long time. But I also got excited because now I had a great opportunity to reach out again. And something as simple as saying hello was going to make me warm up and get to know this person again. And eventually I would be able to talk about what I was doing at the moment, right? But in my research to preparing this presentation, I actually came up with something that I was like, oh my, I never thought about that. And in that list of contacts that you can actually, this is endless. Remember, this contact list that we're talking about becomes really an endless contact list. I'm going to show you why. I saw in my contact list people that I did not like. And that really actually made me giggle, because researching about making a professional follow-up list, I noticed that sometimes we can even come up with names of people that we're not crazy about. And why should these people be in our contact list? I thought about maybe friends from high school, or I even thought about teachers that I didn't like, or for whatever reason, people that we're not crazy about. And even so, these are people that you can definitely go back and contact, because we don't know if they changed. If this is a friend from high school, that's when I was 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Now I am 51. And now we reach out to these people, and where? On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. This is a great opportunity to reach out, because we don't know how much they've changed. We don't know how their circumstances have changed. So even so, these are people that we can actually add in our contact list. But how about referrals? We did speak at the beginning that we actually have an endless way of reaching out and creating a bigger contact list with referrals. And this could be in many ways. Let me give you an example. This could be a customer who decided to try our product and bought a box. and never did the business, never thought about maybe purchasing anymore. They decided that one box was enough. And we were kind of bummed because we were hoping that, this could be a person that could probably purchase more or help us in the business. But when you look at your list of customers, let's say, once again, somebody who probably tried the product once and never came back to try another, this is a great opportunity to reach out and ask for referrals. And asking for referrals is not only about, hey, can I have some referrals? No, it's as simple as, how is life? And I remember that you tried the product, and even if this is not for you, how about, is it okay if I share? Do you know somebody who could benefit from? All we have to do is ask, right? And I think using this contact list, and splitting it in different bars is definitely going to be very helpful. Because when we start talking to people, we can actually categorize them, right? We've heard this many times, but this is very important. And categorizing means health, business, health and business. And I made a third category, referrals. This person probably is determined that they will never buy a box from me, but how many referrals can I get from this person? What kind of incentives? Does he trust or she trust me enough to give me names of people that I can actually contact and talk to? Now, something very important too, and that this is very important to think about, is that sometimes we are panicky and we don't feel comfortable reaching out to people because people are busy. People are overwhelmed. People are stressed. That's the kind of world we live in, sadly, nowadays. But how can we work our contact list? How can we follow up in a healthy way that it makes this process very less painful? Let's put it that way, with minimum pain, okay? And something that's actually enjoyable. Well, it's to create a partner tracking groups, right? And what does that mean? Create customer and partner tracking groups. Well, now we have something that's pretty much on our table, and it's a phone. We can text, we can email, we can even mail stuff, and we can use social media. And people that buy, this is what I was reading while I was researching to do this part. People that buy usually buy when we share things that are relevant to them. When we share things that are relevant. Now, how can we use these groups and this tracking on following up? Well, first thing we can probably think about is social media, right? When people are, I don't know about you, let's always put ourselves in other people's shoes. If I come back from my job and I'm really tired and I already had dinner, usually people just lay down. Either they watch TV or they grab their phones and they start looking at their social media, right? They start sliding the photos and they probably start, watching TikToks, videos, or anything that will help them kind of disconnect and kind of relax. I mean, this is really what we're dealing with on a daily basis. Now, how about if you're using social media like Instagram or Facebook, or a Facebook group, a private group, and let's say that on a daily basis, you're actually sharing things that are relevant. I remember when I started taking Immunocal and I decided to make this a business. The first thing that I did is that I started sharing the experience. I started sharing the impact the product had done with me. And it was as simple as, I feel healthier, I have more energy, people could see a difference. And then I started giving value. I started sharing things that were relevant. And then I had people reaching out to me because they were dealing with issues of their own. And then eventually what happened? Then I started sharing, the impact in the business, my lifestyles, things that were relevant. How about, topics on wellness, things that we can actually share, that we're allowed to share. And when people actually see you on a daily basis, then not only are they warming up, but they actually think that you're actually sharing things that are irrelevant in a professional way without bugging them, without overwhelming them. How about, and I'm going to give you something that I've been very interested in using, and I haven't been that active, but I've been intrigued because it's called my attention as well. WhatsApp. People that have the app of WhatsApp, which I would say the majority of people that have a phone have the WhatsApp app. And these are people, I've noticed that I've been able to reach out more people posting in my WhatsApp stories. And sometimes these are people that don't even have social media, because not everybody is loving social media nowadays, right? But I did notice that people that don't have social media, like Facebook or Instagram, they will have WhatsApp. Many of them because they still communicate with people around the world, and because it's an easy app to use. Even in our WhatsApp stories, we can share very short videos, 15 seconds, pictures, something about our lives, something that keeps people busy, and they can actually see what we're doing, and we're giving them actually an opportunity to reach out to us. Or how about these people that actually, they're spies. I call them spies because they're actually looking at us, even though we don't know what they're doing, right? But we know they're looking at it. But even so, when we actually share all these stories on WhatsApp, believe it or not, it gives us a better opportunity to reach out to these people because they are watching. People are looking. But what are you doing? You're doing it in a way that it's actually entertaining. It's not painful at all for us because we don't feel that we're overwhelming or pushing a sale, but we're actually relating, we're actually sharing things that are very relevant and that would definitely help us get a sale or create a conversation in the future. Now, we already spoke to this person. We already shared a video. We probably have a short conversations and they're kind of interested, but there's some people like me, yours truly, it took me 2 months to finally make a decision. But it was actually an event, a discover that I was invited to that helped me make a decision. Some of us are a little bit skeptical. Yours truly was one of them. I tried many products. My parents were owners of a health food store. What do they have that I don't know? A little bit arrogant, I know. But it wasn't until somebody actually invited me after sharing some information, invited me to an event. And it was that third person, that third party story, testimonials, that actually opened the appetite for me to know more. But above all, it was the trust. And events are extremely powerful because that's where people actually make decisions. And now it's not you and the other person, hey, I probably have no skills on sales. I probably have never done this before. But inviting them to an event, it could be a Zoom event. We have many, corporate events through Facebook. We have many of them through Zoom as well. Reach out to your upline and ask them, when is our next Zoom discover? Or how can I do one? Is there a possibility? I mean, at this point, you are a GOAT leader. You are an entrepreneur. I think you are ready to learn how to do a discover. I think you're ready to take that first step and say, upline, please, could you help me out? I would like to actually master this, because bringing them to this weekly and consistent event will help this person make a decision. Not only because they're going to start trusting you more, but they're going to see that there's plenty of people with stories that are actually doing exactly the same thing. So my peeps and my future diamond leaders, I hope that these few tips that actually have helped me along the way to reaching many goals, I hope they're value of you. And remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. The faster you follow up, you most likely will close a deal. Losing a customer is not losing one sale, is losing referrals, multiple referrals, and subsequent sales. And see this process as a growing spur. See this process as one that's going to make you a powerful future platinum leader that will continue inspiring many more and continue being an example of what a true leader is for us. I sent you a big hug. My name is Marilu Sanchez Torres, and I wish you lots of success.